Alright guys, you know the drill. Runescape, arrows, all that goodness, right? I need to launch the bot. I got 92 rune bars to work through. That's not too bad. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. Stream elements. Always on time. Because you're a bot. Right, click you. Benji, welcome, how you doing? How's things, how's life? You know the drill, tell me all about it, my friend. How's it going? Read my title. I'm just sending my usual messages to the usual people. And then I'll get into it. I'll get into it. So give me a hot minute. Right. I've sent what few I need to mute Facebook. Right. Messages have been sent. So I didn't sleep very well last night. Do you know when you just can't stop thinking? You know? Like, my pain wasn't too bad, and it still isn't that bad. Usually it's pain what stops me from sleeping. But do you know when you just can't stop thinking over everything? Every tiny minute detail of everything. Yeah. And I've kind of pushed myself into a bit of a depressive spell, you know? And then, my mum's Kura quit today. So that's just what I need. Well, at the moment, she's getting me and what I can do for her. We'll have to go through the whole process of reapplying to get an agency worker, but that could take weeks. It could be theoretically, like, there's a shortage of of Curas in Britain at the moment. You could be talking anywhere from a couple weeks to a few months. It completely depends on what it's like in our area. I just when I feel like I've got everything in order. You know what I'm gonna say. Just when I feel like everything is starting to make sense, shit happens. Like this past 3 weeks has been absolute hell. You know, Clarice, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How's things? How's life? Tell me all about it. Just got up, had some coffee. Nice, nice. I'm glad somebody is doing well. In fact, I think everybody apart from me is doing pretty well today. I don't know. Like, at some point this was going to happen. You know, like, as I'm sure I agree, Notebooks, if you have dealt with mental health to any degree, you will understand, that kind of like boom and bust cycle you go through. You know, and it's a natural cycle that everybody experiences. But when you struggle with your mental health, it's like a little more extreme. It's a little more like, yeah. I'm not terrible, Clarice. Like, I've certainly been worse. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like at my worst point ever or anything. This fan's making me too cold now. It's nothing like that. Like, I've certainly been in worse situations mentally. But it's just one thing after another, you know? I don't know. Oh, I do. Trust me, I do not plan very many things for the future. Guys, we do need one more person to do the Genshin Impact before Saturday. So either today or tomorrow. So if you haven't done it on mobile and you think you could, I would very much appreciate it. But I understand not everybody can or want to, and that's also okay. Maybe Benchy. So we just need one more, and then if we somehow manage to get 5 extra people, I get more money. But I don't think that's going to happen. You know, I'll be very happy with the 10. You know, that's an extra $120 that can go into my streaming studio, which is certainly needed. Nice, Clarice. Getting that skilling pet. I like it. Yeah, I've been there. That happened to me when I got Willow. I got Willow at like, I think it was 9.2 or 9.4 KXP. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? I didn't even know skilling pets were a thing because I just started playing the game. And it was like, yeah, okay then. This is the thing apparently. And I did it. Creed, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How's things? How's life? Tell me all about it. I'm sorry if I sound a little down and defeated today. Oh, I didn't tell... Oh, well, I actually forgot to tell you another piece of information. So I will go over... Basically, this last, like, 3 weeks has been really hectic for me. You know, I've had 3 clients take unfortunate actions, we will say, because we're trying to be Twitch friendly. My mum's been in hospital. My mum's Cura quit today. And my mum's got yet another infection. And she only just come out of hospital with, you know, sepsis, which is an infection that gets to your blood. And now she's got yet another infection. And I've not slept. I've had about 2 hours sleep. And it's just like... I don't know. All I want to do right now is get shit-faced. And that's like the worst decision I could make. I'm 15 days sober. And all I want to do right now is get shit-faced. But on a positive note, we only need one more person to do the Genshin Impact thing. Much appreciated, Benji. It's fine, these things happen. Like, I know I'm too warm. So with the fan on, I'm too cold. Without the fan, I'm too warm. I think I'd rather be too cold. These things happen, unfortunately. Like, that's just a fact of life. Nah, I don't know. The thing is, I actually said this, when would it have been? Like, stream 58, maybe stream 59, I'm not sure. But when I was unwell, the downside to streaming every day is you guys see me in every possible light. You know, you see me when I'm happy, you see me when I'm hyper, you see me when I'm sad, you see me when I'm depressed, and you see me when I'm pissed off. And that's just, when you stream every day, you gotta be yourself, you know? You can't, like, I mean, some people could probably, like, play the part of being happy and bubbly whole stream. I can't. You know? And, like, there's nothing concerning right now. I'm safe. You know? Notebooks. I like your new name. I was like, who the fuck is that? More headless arrows. Anxiety makes so you can't stream. I understand that. Clarice, I completely get that. For the longest time, even now, like, I'll sit here for like 10 minutes before I press go live and I'm anxious. You know? And it's kind of, I don't know if it's like stage fright or whatever, I don't know. But like, every stream, I will sit here for like 10 minutes and stare at that go live button. And I'm like, is today going to be the day I can't press it? Is today going to be the day where I just can't do it? And somehow I manage to push myself. But there are certainly lots of days where I don't want to press that go live button. Dungeoneering, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How's things? How's life? Tell me all about it. How am I doing? I'm not doing very well, unfortunately. But I'm loading up on caffeine. And, you know, just getting on with things. We need one more person to do a... We need one more person to do the Genshin game thing, and then we get paid. And that money will pay for the electrics to go into my streaming studio. So let's hope somebody does that. I've got like 5 people at the moment who says they're going to do it before Saturday. So... White Monster is Pog though. I know, right? The shop only had the sugar-free original Monster in stock when I went today, and I'm devastated because I hate that. Have you tried Ultra Gold yet, Dungeoneering? I think Ultra Gold is pretty good because, like, a lot of the Ultra flavors just taste flavorful. I don't think there's... Low-key, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How's things? How's life? Tell me all about it. I don't think most of them you can tell what flavor they're meant to be. But gold, damn is that so good. Pineapple, straight like a punch in the face of pineapple flavour. So I'm a big fan of gold. I also like the only sugared monster that I consume is Mango Loco. And I consume that very infrequently because somehow they made the monster with more sugar in it than the original monster, which is an impressive feat. Oh yeah, it's in the Varrock place, isn't it? The museum or something? Nice. It completely depends if you like pineapple flavour. You know? Like, if you like pineapple, you'll like Monster Gold, because it tastes exactly like pineapple. If you don't like pineapple, then you won't like it. Thieving and agility, you got this. I think energy drinks taste like liquefied gummy bears with... Well, that's why I like these energy drinks, the Ultra range, which are specifically designed to not taste sweet. Like, obviously there is a level of sweetness to it, but it is specifically designed to be less sweet and like more acidic and more well-rounded compared to the traditional energy drink. Nice, Loki. That's what I like to hear. So as I did vaguely mention, guys, I am 15 days sober today. So I'm over 2 weeks sober. And I'm quite proud of myself. Exception subscribed for 53 consecutive months. Exception, I do not know how to process this. 53 consecutive months. I don't even know how long that is. Too long. 53 months is 1 year and a week. Benji, I don't think that's right. I was looking at it and I was like, what? Yeah, so it is four. What is these fractions? So it's 4 years and 5 months? Is that what you're trying to say? Okay. 4 years and 5 months. That is ridiculous. Even I think that's ridiculous. But thank you so much for the support. I very much appreciate it. Yeah. Well, So I'm going to be honest with all you guys. I don't plan to be sober forever. You know? I don't know how long I'm going to be sober for, but I've had to temporarily, on a temporary basis, I've had to swap my antipsychotic to a different one, and it does not agree with alcohol at all. The downside is, whenever I feel like shit, I want to drink. Which is why I'm like being so conscious about counting how long I'm sober for. Because like over this past like month, I just wanted to drink every day. Because, well, it's just been one thing after another, you know? But I've also quit nicotine pouches. I'm only vaping now, and I'm on a I'm only on a 6 milligram liquid, so posture check is definitely needed. Where's my? Oh, it's over there. Never mind. I can't be asked grabbing that. My pillow I put behind my back. But I've quit nicotine pouches. That's been a week, and I've not drank in 2 weeks. So I've not smoked in a month tomorrow. No worries, no buts. I'm making lots of strides towards trying to be healthier. And if I ever get a handle on my pain, I would love to get back in the gym. I was talking tobacco, Loki. I was talking tobacco. Well, I think it depends where you live, Benji. Because weed is not made out to be benign in Britain. I don't know where Loki is from. I know they probably told me, but I don't remember. But like, people, I'm gonna pause what I'm listening to a second to talk about this, because it is distracting me. But like, if I did consume that product, I would not admit to it on stream. I'm making that very clear right now. So I am not talking about myself at all in this situation. But somebody that I know knows lots of people that consume that product. And all of them talk about the potential negative effects. So it may be a regional kind of situation. It may be, you know, that in your country people make it out to be very benign when it does have many psychoactive effects. But I can tell you that from the people I know, people talk about things like the anxiety it causes, paranoia and things like that. That's things people do talk about, at least where I live. So like I said, I don't know the situation in Germany. I don't know if everybody who consumes it makes out like it's It's completely, it doesn't, like, if it was benign, it wouldn't be fun to consume, right? Like, it's obviously psychoactive. So it's gonna have, much like any other medication or drug, it's gonna have wanted effects and unwanted effects. And obviously the unwanted effects in medications called side effects. But it is gonna have some level of side effects because it is, you know, a bioactive compound. Much like caffeine has side effects. Caffeine, you know, I think we'll all consider is a relatively normal thing for most people to consume. You know, I would say most adults consume caffeine in one way or another. Whether it's an energy drink, a cup of tea or coffee, a shot of espresso, caffeine tablets. There's all sorts of ways. You know? So like, caffeine is a drug. Alcohol is a drug. I'm just putting it out there. When people say drug, I hate when people say drug when they mean illegal substance. Right? Because there are lots of things that are drugs that are legal. Caffeine, nicotine, alcohol are all drugs. They're legal, but they are drugs. You know? And then on top of that, you got medications and things like that that are once again legal from within reason, but are drugs. So I'm just saying, like, I'm not talking about you in general. This is a pet peeve I've got with everyone. I hate it when you've got like alcoholics who say, "I'd never do drugs, me," and I'm like, man, you drink alcohol every day. Like, that's a drug. I'm going to read exceptions. Comment, I do think in America we have been downplaying the negatives of that product, but I do think legalizing it is the right thing to do. There are plenty of legal things that are seemingly worse after all. Yeah, alcohol. Right, so this is my hot take on the subject. Right? This is my hot take on the subject. Alcohol and tobacco are far worse for you than that product. And I have to say that product because I can't talk about it openly on stream because it's not legal where I live. But I truly believe that there is a worse effect on the body and on society from alcohol, and there is certainly a worse effect on the body from nicotine. Now, does that mean it's without risk? Of course not. You know? Like, the difference between alcohol, nicotine, that product is extremely psychoactive. You know, alcohol and nicotine are mostly bioactive compounds, which means they affect your biochemistry and, you know, they affect like the way your body metabolizes things and things like that, but they're not directly psychoactive. Yeah, no, this is exactly where I was going with it, Benji. This is exactly where I was going with it, you know? I'm a vegetarian, and with being a vegetarian, I have reduced risk of cancers because eating animal proteins and eating nitrates found in much of the processed meat we consume in the developed world leads high risk of cancers. But I also, so I have a lower risk of cancer, but I have a higher risk of having a stroke. You know? Stroke risks are higher in vegetarians and vegans. So, you know? They don't know, you know, I am iron deficient. You know? I have a below medically accepted level of iron in my body because I'm a vegetarian. And that leads to issues. For me, being a vegetarian is an easy choice because I can't digest animal protein, which leads to some nasty side effects. But like, for people who choose to be vegetarian, they are making that choice. And the same goes for everything from breathing to swimming to walking out the house to walking. Stirs are the hidden killer in the world. Oh, the bot didn't troll you. Interesting. You know, more people die from stirs than what die from sharks. So why are we all scared of sharks but not stirs? Like, honestly, stirs, when I'm not stable, scare the shit out of me. Because, like... Because one slip... I find it funny that I'm scared of the stirs, yet I'm gonna be having a motorbike in the next 3 months. Also, I'm like, oh no, this is highly risky. Not the stirs. The risk. Not the stirs. And then I'm like, yeah, 2 wheels that can go 70 miles an hour, that's fine. Really walked downstairs. You were so terrified for no reason, but your legs started to shake, and it was really hard for me getting downstairs. Yeah, that does happen to some people. You know, and your brain can just develop, like, random fears and random worries and things for no apparent reason. On a positive note, a client that I had big worries from has finally replied to me. This client has not replied to me or any other client because we're a peer support organization, so they support each other for like 2 weeks. They've not answered the phone, they've not replied to messages, nothing. And I'll be honest, no worries exception. Have a good day, my friend. If you can leave a lurk, please do, but if not, you know, look after yourself. I don't know what a US shoe size is. I don't know what shoe sizes we use in Britain, but I know it's not US. Let me Google this. That's an 11.5. That's pretty big feet. For my height, I have big feet. So I'm 5'5". Yeah, and it's an 11.5 Benji in Britain. I've got like a size 10, but I'm only 5'5" tall, so my feet are like quite big for my height. It's weird, but whatever. But regardless, it's big feet. My microphone. Right. Oh. Sorry, I'm just like changing. Sorry if this makes noise. I'm just changing how my microphone's orientated because for some reason the way I put it was in the way of my screen. What are you making? Arrows. Arrows. Like always. We're slowly getting towards our target. We're just gonna like do arrow shit today. I can't be asked to do anything else. I'm half tempted to go and grab a long sleeve because this fan's making me too cold, but I'm too warm without the fan. You're 6'4". You are tall, my friend. I'm pretty short, and that's okay. Because I set the target to make arrows. It's literally... I got drunk on stream and said I'd make 5 million arrows. That's why I'm doing it. Another advantage of not drinking. I'm not gonna set... Genuine curious about that. Like I said, it... You never have to be sorry for your mental health though, Benji. I do understand, like, not wanting to insult people, and I support you in making that decision. You are an adult at the end of the day, capable of making those decisions for yourself. How long do you think we're gonna stream for today? I've got to say, it's taking notebooks a long time to get a cup of tea. No worries, Benji. You need coffee. Then get coffee. I mean, that's a pretty simple thing to fix, I'm not gonna lie. So we got 32,750 arrow shafts left. Which by that point we can start assembling actual arrows and make some progress on actual arrows for once. Should be nice. Right, fan's going off again. See, Ackett? Sorry guys, I'm just not happy. No matter what, I'm either too warm or too cold. Yo, Dungeoneering, are you still about? If Dungeoneering is still about, I've just forgot the question I wanted to ask them. I had the question in my head, and then in that amount of time, the question disappeared from my head. Awesome brain. That's just what we want. Ugh. And I got a reply to that message. Sorry, guys. Right, back to looking at chat. I've not actually missed anything anyway. Yeah, guys, we need one more person. We need one more person to do Genshin Impact. Right. With no portable Fletcher, great. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on, we got this, right? What is it, Genshin Impact? It's a game You can play it on lots of platforms, um, but for it to count for me, the sponsorship, you have to play it on mobile. Uh, but in fact, it's become my favorite mobile game. I'm not gonna lie, I don't usually play games on mobile because I don't even like RuneScape on mobile, you know. But Genshin Impact, last night I played. I was like, I'll just play for a little bit, and like 3 hours later, I'm still playing. I'm like, okay then. Chewed through a fully charged battery in like 3 hours. I do wish they'd start putting bigger batteries in phones, you know. They keep putting higher power chips in there, but not bigger batteries. But it's a fun game, and if you wanted just to play it, just to get me to my 10 goal, so I get paid, it takes about 40 minutes. Um, See, I hate RuneScape on mobile. I don't know why, because I love RuneScape. I play RuneScape literally every day. You know? I play RuneScape literally every day at this point. Download it now. Thank you. Make sure you download it from my link, otherwise it won't count. But I do very much appreciate you wanting to help me out. And hey, you might like it. I didn't think I was gonna like the game. And then I played it and I was like, guys, this is actually pretty good. It's easier if you're on your mobile. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, you can play it on desktop. Or I think it's available on PlayStation. I'm not sure about Xbox. Um no worries, Loki, no worries. Right, so we got the last two room bars, and then we're gonna go mining. And we've got just shy of 30,000 arrow shafts to go. We can do this, guys. We're just gonna vibe. I'm just listening to music, and we're just gonna play the game. Let's not stress too much. I think that's been my issue lately. I've been stressing a lot. You know, I've been like, have I got enough people watching? Am I hitting averages? Am I doing this? Am I doing that? And I think I just need to like get back to the root of why I stream, and that is because I enjoy it. You know, like, what the fuck does it matter how many views I've got? Realistically, this isn't my job. Like, yeah, it's nice to look at my stats after stream and see I've had like, 20 different people chatting or whatever. But Alright, downloaded. Thank you, thank you. It is, when you go, it does take a while to download the actual game. We go mining. But thank you so much. Like I said, to get to the, it says explorer level on the, but it's actually, that's a bad translation. It's called adventure rank. Like I said, if you really try, you can get it done in 40 minutes. I think Neon plays Genshin quite a bit. Neon did it in less than half an hour. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't even think that was possible. Honestly though, mute the game, because Paimon, the little floaty girl thing, is so annoying. That voice, I just can't stand it. Like, just read it, don't bother listening. The voices are just, I mean, it's an anime type style, so like obviously it's got anime type voices in it and things, and like maybe you're into that, I don't know. Like, you could be a massive anime fan for all I know. Anime is not my thing generally, which is, I'll put my hands up and say the main reason that I thought wouldn't like the game before I played it was because it's an anime game. And I thought, oh no, it's anime, I'm not gonna like it. So like, even though I was curious about it, I never tried to play it. Because it's anime, why would I want to play that? Was what went through my head. And then when I tried it on stream, I was like, guys, this is a pretty good game, you know? Like, even if, and I said this to Ruins, who can't play on mobile but started playing on desktop. Like, even if you just play it on desktop, like, I would appreciate you doing it through mobile if you can, because then I get paid. But like, it's a good game. Welcome back, Benji. Oh, the bot has trolled you. Wally Bean! Welcome, how you doing? How's things? How's life? Tell me all about it. Guys, I do have to tell you that this stream is sponsored by Genshin Impact. If you've got anything close to a modern smartphone, I would appreciate it if you would try to install Genshin and play it for me. I need one more person to hit the minimum, but that's when I get paid $120 for 10 people. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're good, I'm glad to hear. And then for every 5 people above that, I get $60 extra. So I've got to do it before Saturday. So I think we'll hit minimum. I don't think we'll get much further than that. But as my title will suggest, Wally Bean, I'm not doing very well today. I'm having a bit of a rough day, I'm not gonna lie. I've had a shit night. I've had some bad news. One second. No. But it's fine. Yeah, Loki. You can do it in the background though. You can close the game, at least on Android. I don't know on iPhone if you have an iPhone, but you can close the game and it keeps downloading in the background as long as you don't close the app. It is a big game, but I wish they went the RuneScape way and streamed the game assets to you instead of like downloading the whole game, but whatever. But at least you don't have to leave it open. You can hear now. Ruins, welcome, welcome. I was saying how you have been enjoying Genshin Impact even though you couldn't get it through on mobile for me. So, it is... Loki's looking like they will be... I'm going to say he, just from the name. Looking like he will be number 10. So can we get 5 more in 2 days? I'm trying to think who in my IRL life is said they'll do it. My brother said they'll do it. A friend, David, Rebecca. So theoretically, if everybody who says they were going to do it can do it, we would just need 1 more. We would be at 14. Honestly, I was just saying, like, I didn't think I would enjoy the game. Like, when I first... Because I've watched a bit of gameplay before, and I didn't think I would enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, oh no, it's an anime game. I'm not gonna like this because it's anime, and I just, like, judged it preemptively. And then I played it a bit, and I do like it. I think... I'm not an anime fan, generally speaking, but I think it's a good game. I will eventually do it for bits. I am going to eventually have sound commands for bits. Yeah, I was very surprised at how enjoyable and addictive the gameplay is. It's a good game if you admit Paimon's voice. Yes. In fact, most of the voices in there are like overly suggestive and whatever. I see you. You forgot. Notebooks, welcome back to the chat. How you doing? How's things? How's life? Tell me all about it. Did you get your tea? Yeah, I actually... Benji. I actually play it muted when I'm not streaming it. Would Culture have to reheat it? Was a fail. Reheating tea just seems wrong to me for some reason. But I play the game muted. I'll put my hands up. At the moment, Ruins, I don't have any intention to make more channel points, more rainbow coin rewards. But if you have any good ideas for channel point rewards, sound commands that would cost bits, things like that, I do have stream suggestions, or is it I think it might be content suggestions these days, on Discord. Yeah, it's content suggestions, under text channels. Put them there, because if you put them in my chat, like I will forget them within 3 minutes of reading them. Because the thing is, I'm talking to, usually like 3, 4, 5 or more people. Like, my brain can't remember everything everybody says. That's just a fact of life. Especially when I'm this tired. Nice, Lucky. Yeah, I already know it's you, Notebooks. I did say I like the new name to you. And you wasn't even AFK then, so you got no excuse to not listening. You're not on PC when I said that. Fair enough. But yeah, so if you can play... No, don't worry about it, Loki. Don't worry about it at all. If you can play... I don't like this remix. Go away. Sorry. What was I saying? If you can play Genshin on mobile for me, if you got iPad, you can play it on iPad, you can play it on iPhone, play it on modern, higher end Android phones. Like, I would say, like, if you got a cheap Android phone, it probably won't work. But like, because if we could get 15, that would basically pay for like 70% of what I need to do on the studio. You got the Galaxy S21. S21. I don't keep up to date with Samsung phones because I don't really like them. Ah, yeah. I know the one. Wait, did they go S10 to S20 to S21? So once again, just to confirm, they went S7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 21, 22. That is the number scheme they went with, right? I'm not imagining this. Why? Right, so here's my theory. They did S10 and S20 and they thought, shit, we're gonna run out of numbers pretty quickly. That's what I reckon happened. To be fair, my work phone is a S9 that somebody donated to me for running my charity. And it's fine. I've talked about my gripes with Samsung phones. I don't like the curved edge display thing. I'm not a fan of that. I don't like it. I don't want it in my devices. Like, my main phone, which is a Sony Xperia 5, has a slight curve to the edge of the glass, and that pisses me off. Like, the very end of the glass has a radius that's maybe a fraction of a millimeter, rather than being perfectly flat. That pisses me off already. So, like, I like perfectly flat displays, and I understand that lots of people like the curve, you know, the edge display, whatever they call it. Like, that's fine. Like, you're allowed to like what you like. I don't like it. My favorite phone was my LG Nexus 5. I think that even though it wasn't a premium phone, like the phone that I own now is a high mid-range premium type phone. Right? Yeah, I also hate that. Like I really wish, right? I really wish that they would at least release a version of like the Xperia 5 what's just as wide as the camera bump with a bigger battery and call it the 5 Power or 5 Plus or something. V, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How's things? How's life? Tell me all about it. And the bot didn't troll you, Notebooks. You are lucky. But you unfortunately still didn't win. Don't forget, guys, you've got until Saturday to get to levels, not level, Adventure Rank 6 on Genshin Impact. We need at least one more, but if we could get 6 more, I get paid $180, which, you know, would definitely help pay for the streaming studio, rather than bare minimum. We can start to actually think about maybe decorating it a bit, which would be nice. The play are based on the market force version, same Moto Z. Yeah, no, I know that they did that. I know that they did that, but the problem was it wasn't a premium phone. Like, my last phone before this Sony was a Moto phone. It was a Moto G6. And that was a great phone. It was a low mid-range phone. You know, it was a price competitive phone. But I want somebody to make. What size battery does the? Yeah, small compact, flagship compacts. Cause like this phone, it's pretty big. Sony still pushing the 4K mobile displays. I know Sony did the first 4K mobile display. Are they still pushing 4K displays on mobile, or did they give up on that because it's pointless? I'm trying to remember. I think they still do let you check. No worries. Because, like, 4K at, you know, 5-6 inches, to me is pointless. I think that's... Ice cream! To me, putting 4K on a mobile device, like screen-wise, is just asking for you to drain more battery because it's more processing to do. I wonder what screen... Okay. The Xperia 1 4 actually does come with a 4K screen. The 3860. What do you mean? No, see, right. I didn't think I would like the... Because my phone has a 2x1 display. You know, my phone is 2x1. I didn't think I would like it until I got it. And I'm a big fan. I'm sure it's 2x1. You're now making me doubt myself. No, it's 21x9, you're right. I thought it was 2x1 for some reason. But I see, the thing is, because it's an ultra wide display, like, one sec. So this is an S9. Yeah. No, it is 21x9, you're right. So this is an S9 and this is my phone. Mine's in a case, the S9 isn't. So my phone looks a bit bigger. And, you know, it's a little bit taller. But the width, which is what I'm bothered about, because I've got small hands, is actually slimmer. The S9 is wider. And I like it. You know, I can reach right across the bottom half of the display, and if I have to, I can second hand the top. But it's amazing how much you don't need to use the top of a display on mobile. So I think this is a nice compromise for a large screen size, but it's still not, but it still be like nice benchy. It still be like one-handable. You know, like, because realistically, if you... I can, with one hand, reach the entirety of the display. Just about. Just about. I don't think I would want anything bigger than this. What is this display size? So this is 6.1 inches. But like I said, it's a 21x9 display. So it's... I'm stronger than you, but... So it's not anywhere near as wide. And you know what? I would never... Like I said, I use an S9 regularly. And I don't know if it's the curved edge or the aspect ratio or the curved nature of the corners of the display. There's something about it that just bothers me. Right? And I can't put my finger on... I know I don't like the curved edges of the screen. I already know that. But there's something about it that just bothers me. Yes, 95.8. Yeah. So it's not much smaller. To be fair. But I think the what's the aspect ratio of the S9? I'm curious. It's not... It's definitely not a standard aspect ratio. But it's definitely not 21:9 either. But yeah. That is one hell of an aspect ratio. That is one hell of an aspect ratio. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the 21:9 aspect ratio, because the truth is, most of what I do on my phone these days is that I do on my not my work phone. Most of what I do on my personal phone is content consumption, right? Like, I would say 70-80% of the time that I'm on my personal phone, I'm consuming content. 18.5 to 9. So not even close to 21 to 9. Your internet just died. Rip, Loki. But yeah, like 70% of the time I'm using my phone, I'm using it for content creation. So that 21:9 OLED HDR display is beautiful. It's very close to 2 to 1. It is true, very close to 2 to 1. I've got to say the 20... When you're watching movies... No, right. Right, I need to pause my music to talk about this. Do you know what pisses me off? Guys, do you know what pisses me off? When you're watching a movie on Disney Plus, and the movie is 2:1 or 21:9 or whatever like that, instead of letting it grow to the size of the display, the black bars are baked into the stream to make it 16:9. I'm guessing there is some kind of encoder shenanigans going on where the stream has to be 16:9. Right? So I'm like, I've already said 70% what I do on my phone is content consumption. You know, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime Video, YouTube, Netflix, BBC iPlayer, all the good stuff. Like, that's what I do most of, and the other like 30% is messaging and Facebook, pretty much. You know? So like, the screen aspect ratio doesn't matter for what else I'm doing. I like the tall screen because it lets me see more of the message history when I'm in like Messenger or something, which for somebody who's quite forgetful due to all my meds is very beneficial for me. But most of what I do on my phone is consuming content. So like the 21:9 HDR OLED screen is perfect for what I want it for. The only gripe that I have, right? The only gripe that I have is the screen isn't bright enough when I'm outdoors. That's the only issue I've got with it. But to be fair, I think that's an issue I've had with pretty much every phone that I've ever owned. I don't think that's an issue exclusive to this phone. I don't think I've ever had a phone that I've been outdoors with and thought, I can see this perfectly fine when I'm watching something. If I'm reading like text on a white background or white text on a black background, I can make it out, so that's fine. then get food. You're having dinner soon? Nice. All this talk about technology has scared everybody away, Benji. I think we should move off the subject. We can talk about food. What does everybody like to eat? Like, if you had to eat just one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? Ignoring any health impacts from it? Like, if you could eat it and be healthy. Linguine with seafood and pesto for supper. Sounds nice, no buts. But if you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, ignore healthiness. Like, pretend that somehow magically you will always be healthy. You couldn't choose, it's that simple. If you had to, if it was choose all, I don't know. If you don't choose, you're never allowed to eat again. Mine's, I know what I'd pick. Salad, says Notebook. Mine would be macaroni cheese. I love macaroni cheese. Especially if there's some goat's cheese mixed in through it as well, just to give it that extra flavour. Oh. Back to downloading you at 24%. You got this. Your internet connection got this exactly. I really need to sort my recycling. It was hot as fuck too. What, the router? Or the integrated network switching and root device? To be fair, I understand that cable in Britain is generally not good. But in my specific location, cable's always been pretty good. Although I guess cable could be many things. Like, it could be twisted pair, it could be coax. They have recently... Yeah, I know, I'm just saying, like, not everywhere uses the same term, so you might want to be more specific, was what I was getting at. I have no issues on coax. Although, they have started offering fibre to the premises where I live now. And I am definitely going to be looking into that. I am curious about it, you know? Is it 4 or 5G? If it's 5G, then that's... I don't have an issue. Yeah, but what speed is it? Like, because you can have... And it depends. Because... right, so... This is... Right, so this is my issue, Benji. In Britain, when you get coax, they call it fibre optic. When you get twisted pair, they call it fibre optic. And when you get fibre to the premises, they call it fibre optic broadband. So call it... So like, calling it fibre, at least to me, means nothing, because basically every internet provider in Britain says their internet is fibre, because at some point in the transmission line they use fibre. Your internet is free, so that's why you use it. Nothing wrong with that, Loki. No, but is it fibre to the premises? Yeah, no, exactly. Exactly. But it irritates me that they call it fibre. It's not really fibre. Advertised as cable fiber technology, which is bullshit. You're 100 megabit per second VDSL vectoring connection also has fiber to the distribution cabinet, so the fiber is actually closer than it is at Vodafone's coaxial connection. Fair enough. What is VDSL? What is it? Very fast data subscribing to subscription line or something like that. No, very fast digital subscriber line, right? Fair enough, Loki. Very high speed digital subscriber line. Oh, very high speed. I knew it was very something or other. I've got nothing close to top of the range because, in my opinion, for two people, 300 megabit down is like... I just about remember dial-up notebooks. I just about remember dial-up. Oh, fuck's sake, I've done the wrong thing. What was I saying? Like, 300 down, 30 up is enough for two people. Give me 1 sec, Benji, and I'll read that. Let me just line up these arrowheads. And actually, we're one of the few countries who do not use the VDSL 17A profile, but actually also the VDSL 35B profile with up to 300 megabits. But even that exists everywhere in my town besides your area. Oof. You had to get unlimited data though. Wait, you had data limits on broadband connections, notebooks? You have to pay extra for... That's illegal in Britain. Data limits and data throttling is illegal in Britain, and I think illegal in most of the EU. I don't know if it's an EU law or a Britain only law, but... Damn, Loki. I genuinely cannot believe... That's why I said most of Europe, Benji, because I do know there are a couple countries that have old network infrastructure that do impose limited traffic because they can't be able to upgrade the network. There are some countries like that. But for the most part, across... Is the only worth thing to get because other offers are bad for the price. I mean... Or just... Yeah. No, that's what I mean, like, that's not a thing in most of Europe anymore. Like, the easiest way I can describe it is like, you pay for the pipe, the tube. The internet is a series of tubes. Sorry, I had to. But you pay for the pipe. And no matter how much data goes through that pipe, that you pay for that connection speed, that pipe, right? Tubes. Sorry, I had to. But, like, regardless of how much data you use, is irrelevant. They can't throttle you. They can't cut you off if you use too much data. Like, in Britain, all landline or broadband internet connections are unlimited. Mobile data packages are limited, but, like, to get unlimited mobile data is so cheap now in Britain. Like, I pay £20 a month and I've got unlimited 5G data. No, I don't have a 5G phone, so I'm limited to 4G speeds. But it literally was a free add-on to get 5G data. I've got unlimited everything for... I think I pay £22 a month. SIM only. That's not a contract. That's pay-as-you-go, SIM only. So I have unlimited data on my phone, unlimited data on my internet, obviously, because everywhere has unlimited. I genuinely... So... One sec, let me look up. Let's see how much data I get at full speed. That's what I want to know. Because I know there is a limit. I know there is actually a thing. What the... Why are you not... Right, do I have to open this in Chrome for me to be able to... Oh, this is a bad website, guys. No, you're working? Sorry, I'm just... So I get... Damn. So I get 100 gigs of 5G. I get 250 gigs of 4G or 5G. So I get 350 gigs before it's throttled. That was a bit complicated. That's why I was reading. But the reduction in speed is only... well, that's basically the whole day. We're done with all the arrow shafts. No worries, Benji. Thank you for the look. What am I even doing, guys? Getting arrowheads. That's what I'm doing. So I'm just reading the fair use policy of my thing there. So you can tether to up to 11 devices at once. and you should avoid regularly using unreasonably large amounts of data. Which, that is... That's not very specific. You know? Sorry, I'm now reading about... This is like really in depth, guys. God. I hate making the actual arrows. I wonder where red is at today. Somebody dropped Puzzle Fletcher over here, so let's go. Sorry guys, I know that I'm not being very attentive, but this is actually some really interesting information I didn't know was available. This is really interesting. Okay. Nice. I genuinely didn't realize they had that depth of information about how they manage their network available. But that was, as somebody who studied networking, that was actually very interesting. So is anybody actually in my chat right now? Or am I all alone? I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. But you gotta have friends. I gotta swap over what? Earphone. I'm listening to. Loki, thank you for hanging out. I just had a, sorry I was babying your son, no worries. I just had a deep dive in how my virtual network provider handles network management strategies, and it was very interesting. As somebody who studied large scale networking, I found it interesting. I don't think most people would find it interesting. Most people would probably not even understand half the shit what was said in that. Yeah, my degree, I don't know if I've told you, but my degree is in networking. So I have a pretty good understanding of networks. I don't have as good understanding as I should have for somebody with a degree in networking. But I was reading last night? Night before. I was reading about the different type of network buses that I used inside cars. And like I was blown, like, because I knew of the CAN bus, you know, that cars use for the ECUs to talk to each other. I knew of that, but the sheer number of network buses that are, you know, used within cars, to me is mental. Like, a car can have like 5 separate networks, including 2 separate Ethernet based networks inside the car. It like blew my mind. Yeah. Before the implementation of CAN bus, the average car had 3 to 8 kilometers of cables, which is why the CAN bus was invented. which is a really strange topology for a network. I mean, it's more of a bus than a network, although a bus is technically still a network. But basically, there's two data lines, and every device connected to it, and they just spit it out, and every device hears every frame, they're called. You know, every packet of data. But the packet of data are tiny. I don't understand how they work. How do you, like, transfer any meaningful amount of data in 8 bytes? Which is the payload capacity on CAN buses. 8 bytes. How do you, like... Which is the issue why they started coming up with other network topologies. Because the CAN bus, like, it works well for just saying, you know, deploy airbag right now. And it works well for saying, you know, stop engine, start engine, and that kind of thing. But as far as, like, especially for infotainment systems and stuff, like giving a short command or just saying, like, a readout for speed or whatever, like, that's fine. But when we're starting to get, you know, driverless technologies and driver assist technologies, the CAN bus just isn't enough. There is, oh, what's it called? There's the CAN bus FD, which is an upgraded version of the CAN bus, which basically is flexible data rate. And that, like, allows up bigger things, but it's still a very low data rate. Like, give me a second, let me just open this thing so I get it right. So, like, the flexible data rate version of CAN bus is still only up to 64 bits of data payload. Now the frequency of the network is increased, which does help increase, you know, but basically, in order to, like, get things like driver assist technologies working, infotainment and everything, they have, like, multiple Ethernet networks inside the car that connects the various aspects of the car. Which I find, like, incredibly crazy. Obviously but it's not Ethernet like you would imagine. So it's a single twisted pair. And it's hardwired. It doesn't use it does not use J45s or any similar connectors. The connectors are vibration resistant capacitive connectors. Very interesting technology. But yeah, a single twisted pair. And you can get, like, they do, like, 25 megabits per second over a single twisted pair, which is, for me, quite impressive. Inside a car. Think of all the, you know, RF and the M, all the RF and the M stuff that goes on inside a car, and they're still managing to successfully do 25 megabits. I'm just reading, actually. Did they... go away. I don't care about cookies. Automotive Ethernet. So, I'm just reading. I'm wrong. The most modern version of automotive Ethernet, which is, it was developed by Broadcom, and it is IEEE 802.3BW-2015. What a name for a standard, right? AKA 100 base T1, which means 100 megabits per second base speed over a single twisted pair. But the thing that blows my mind, right, Loki, the thing that blows my mind about this is it's UTP. Right? It's unshielded twisted pair. You can see why I had to Google it to remember it, can't you? Because that's a name and a half. To be fair, it was originally created by Broadcom, and Broadcom called it Broad Reach, which I think is a terrible name still. Broad dash Reach. Broader Reach. Broader Reach? I don't know. But anyway, but it was given to the international standard, whatever, IEEE, you know? And it was turned into that. So all these RF are running through cars, but they are using lengths of unshielded cables. They are using up to 40 meters of unshielded twisted per vehicle. Per vehicle has up to 4, according to the what do you call it? The standard, up to 40 meters of unshielded twisted per. I don't know how they're getting 100 megabits consistently over twisted per without shielding inside a car, like inside the body and everything. I don't get it. Like that, I know a lot about how networks work. How the fuck the cars actually function, that's insane. I know, right? But technically, it is 100 megabits in both directions. So it's actually 100 megabits up and 100 megabits down. Over a single twisted pair. I also, well, I mean, I don't know how it works, like, because the whole point of twisted pair is it reduces interference, because by twisting them, the interference counterbalances itself and it like goes back and forth, and then with a little bit of like smart computer wizardry, you can like filter out it because of the twisting. Like it's twisted at a specific rate, and then there's a filter that's aligned to that specific twist. So like what a lot of people don't know is Ethernet, as in standard Ethernet, you know, however many conducts it is. What is it, 8? 4 pairs? Yeah, 4 pairs. Each pair is twisted at a different rate, so when they are filtered, there actually is a different filter applied to each twisted pair, and the twists are done differently so that the interference is less likely to interfere across all of them, and it stops them from interfering with themselves. So it stops you from interfering with the pair next to it because they're twisted at different rates, so you can filter it out. Which, whoever came up with that, it blows my mind. That is some clever bullshit. It's just... honestly, networking is just, to me, I think the two things, I'm going to pause on listening to a second again. I think the two things that blow my mind the most with technology, I know people go like, oh, processors, they're crazy and that. They're not really. Like, processors are just a gate array, right? A processor is just a very smart layout of transistors. Yes, we can make them very small these days. Fair enough. But essentially, they are just a grid of transistors. Well, not really a grid anymore, but transistors in a specific layout, right? There's nothing particularly, right? Yeah. But, like, the things that blow my mind is when you think practically every device on the planet is connected, unless purposely not connected. You know? Whether it's through wireless or wired or fiber optics or whatever, practically, you know, we've got, I think they said they've got something like 5 billion smartphones on the planet, and every single one of them basically is connected to each other. Then you got computers and servers and data centers and all that's connected, and that blows my mind. It really does. Like, to think it was... I'm going to have to Google this because I don't know it off the top of my head. Alright, so... Right, so the first successful transatlantic cable was laid in 1866. So, we'll call it, what, 160 years ago, right? So I did have to Google that. I don't just know that off the top of my head. Call it 160 years ago. So in 160 years, we've gone from sailboats laying copper cable across the sea to this. You know, just every device fucking connected and all that bullshit, and that just blows my mind. Same, and then the other thing what blows my mind is, like, power grids. Like, power grids are a single machine, you know? They have to match very precisely the amount of power generated to the amount of power used at any time. Yeah, but the issue that you got with that is privacy laws, Loki. That's like China nanny state levels of bullshit. I don't know how I feel about that. But like, power grids are just a single machine that has to be perfectly tuned at all times. Every device that I own is encrypted. And if the police tried to force me to decrypt them, I would refuse. And in Britain, that would mean I would go to prison. I would do it out of principle. I don't believe in force. It's like self-incrimination, you know? I don't believe in being able to legally force somebody to decrypt their data. I would happily go to prison to make that stand. Because I don't believe in being able to be forced to unlock or decrypt your device. Like, if they really want that data, there are ways they can do it without your password. It just takes a lot of effort. But if they really believe that there is something, you know, on my devices that is of significance to them, the more than happy for them to give a good crack at getting it. But with 256-bit long keys on all of my devices, minimum. And then obviously password length, oh fuck's sake, I dropped my drink. Password lengths of decent length and randomality. Like, it would be a challenge. Not impossible, because the encryption can be broken. And basically, give it another, I don't know, 10 to 20 years, and encryption will be pointless. Because of quantum computing. That's the truth, encryption will literally be pointless. At least if you are a government. Like, it's gonna take a lot longer for normal people, like you and I, to have quantum capable computing. But if you're a government, you know, spending 100, 200 mil on a quantum computer to break encryption in terror cases or, you know, CSAM cases and things, I could see them doing that. And then it goes back to the thing of, rather than encrypting, if you do have, you know, incriminating data, rather than encrypting it, you're better off physically hiding the devices that data's on. But police are very good at searching. Who would have thought? You know? And the hard bit is, you know, finding somewhere that you could physically hide a device while still being accessible. Welcome back, Benji. Guys, I didn't go for my 2-hour break. No, Benji is here. Loki and Benji, feel free to talk to each other. I am gonna go for my 2-hour break, mostly because I need the bathroom. So I'm gonna go for my 2-hour break. I'm gonna grab a snack and then I shall be back. So please don't go anywhere. Please stay tuned. If you have been sat down for the last 2 and a bit hours, maybe consider getting up, having a stretch, getting something to eat or drink. But, you know, just look after yourselves because self-care is important. I'll be back shortly. So as always, stay tuned. I have returned Loki. Loki at 98%. You're just vibing to a song, nothing wrong with that. I'm just snacking right now, so feel free to vibe to a song. Awesome, Loki. I do very much appreciate it. Maybe. One of my friends was making a new Google account the other day, and it wouldn't let him make a Google account without him putting a phone number in. And to me, I was like, what happens if you don't, like, not just a phone number, but a mobile number? What if you don't have a mobile number? I know people who don't have mobiles still. What if your mobile breaks? Exactly. No, this was to create an email address, Benji. Don't lose your way, notebooks. Sometimes not getting what you want is a brilliant stroke of luck. Is it really? Right. Come on, guys. We can do this, right? I got an itchy nose. We can smash out a longer stream. I kind of want to see this Paimon dance, you know? Oh yeah, could you imagine that if she talks? Oh, please God, no. Uber Eats, stop trying to get me to order takeaway. Uber Eats is like, I bet you'd like a pizza right now. I'm like, yes, I would, but I'm trying to save money for a motorbike. Ugh. I feel like putting on a really shitty sci-fi movie and watching that while streaming. I don't even know why. I just really got into a really shit sci-fi movies lately. Let's see. Watch that. Watch that. Watch that. Watch that. Watch that. I've watched like... When I'm in this... I appreciate that. I appreciate that. for me, like, I've got ADHD, you know? So I cannot do one thing at once. I just can't. I wish I could. I wish I could just relax, sit back, and like read a book or something. But I just can't do it. Basically, every movie it's recommending me, I've already watched. Well, you have more willpower than I. Fair enough, fair enough. I don't think this is going to be the longest stream by any stretch of the imagination. But I do want to try and actually make some progress on these arrows today. If we can do like get up to 25,000 arrow chests done, that'd be pretty great. Arrows even. I've watched like all of the shit sci-fi movies. I'm glad that your mood is doing well today. As explained, I am less than ideal today. Sure, whatever. I would appreciate that, Benji. My plan is to take some diazepam and pass the fuck out. And then tomorrow I'll wake up and I'll feel much better. That's my plan. For the first time ever, I will not be available for the drinking call tomorrow. There's a small chance I will join late in the evening. But for the first time, I will not be available for the drinking call. Almost certainly at all. Which is a bit weird for me. Yeah, that's my plan. I've obviously prescribed medication. Is there any particular reason that you'd like to... It's just the onslaught of life, you know? Did I remember to charge my power bank? No. It's just lots of little things. And close. Ugh. Oh. So what's got you in such a good mood then, Benji? Anything in particular? Or you just woke up in a good mood and just vibing with it? Nice, nice. Since you were cringing the entire time, you're really feeling your ass in your thighs today. And more arrowheads. Nothing wrong with a nice leg workout. You haven't felt your muscles in the past 12 years. Maybe you should try doing more physical activity then if it's a positive effect on you. More arrows. Well, you don't have to go to the gym. You can just go for walks, jogging. You know, lift some heavy shit you got at home. Oh, you missed the exclamation point there. Dream shattered. I don't know what you've done to offend the bot, but it's not happy with you. I don't know what have you done to offend the robot overlords? Yep, you got something at least. Hydrate. Ugh, fuck. I don't have a drink. I can't rehydrate for you. I don't have a drink. I'll refund that for you. So I have refunded that for you. Arrowheads. You could just try refreshing. I know, right? Who would have thought refreshing would fix your issue? True. True. That is unfortunately a side effect of refreshing. Does Twitch record the streams? Or will it stick to the... There is definitely some encoding going on Twitch's side. I don't know. I wish I had a drink that could take painkillers. Oh well. Loki, a 1 and 6 is literally the worst roll you can get. Yeah, the bot is having issues today. It does that sometimes. I just can't be asked restarting it. Apparently, you're back. Just started Genshin Impact, but with the kids watching Netflix, and I'm trying to watch your stream, but it's killing your bandwidth. No worries. You got until Saturday. You've got. I can tell you exactly how long you've got. Give me one moment. You've got 1 day, 18 hours, and 53 minutes. Honestly, you may as well stick around because I'm going to be going offline soon. This is not going to be a long stream. I'm way too tired. I'm getting a headache. Not good. Not good, not good. So you might want to get in all your rolls that you can. Of course not. And we got 19 rune bars left. The layabout, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How's things? How's life? Tell me all about it. Alright guys, so I'm trying to decide whether, because I kind of want to get the hours in at the moment. But is it worth, like, pushing myself to stream as many hours as I can when I know it's going to be detrimental? Right. I think it'd be different if I had, like, 15, 20 viewers kind of thing. But viewership's been pretty lackluster recently. EXP on 12th of August, I know. Yeah, guys, we're gonna raid Chev, and I'm gonna take some painkillers and lie down. Thank you all for hanging out, very much appreciated it. Have a good day, night, morning, afternoon, or evening. Whether you're watching this live as a VOD or possibly on YouTube, guys, look after yourselves, stay safe, and last but not least, as always, it's cheerio.